Welcome to Ken's Hobbies. My name's Ken. I'm going to continue working on this compressor that I'm rebuilding. The whole reason I'm rebuilding it is to replace that. I just left off in tearing down the main part there and finding out why there was no compression in the last one. Found the problem, and number two, the rings were part of the piston. Well, I don't recall if I showed you or not, but in any way, I put the piston, I let it soak for a couple of days, and as you can see, I got the rings out without breaking them. There they are right there, and they're still in good shape, so I can bring them up, reuse them, which is what my goal is. I also, after leaving off there, decided I better try to do a complete overhaul all the way. So I went ahead and tore the rest of it apart. I didn't film it, and cleaned it all up. Well, here's the main case all cleaned up. I'm glad I came across it, because what you see right here, I don't know if the camera will show it, but we got a crack right there. So what I'm going to do, I've got to heat this up. I'd like to notch it to get a proper weld job in it. Unfortunately, I don't have a die grinder that I can put a D in it, so I'm just going to braze weld it here on the outside and cross the fingers. And we're going to rebuild this on the unit so we can figure it out because of the weight of it. Cleaned up pretty good. I'm contemplating to repaint this section. I might just do that. And how I got most of the cleaning off there, I filled my tub with hot water, put a little CLR in it, along with some spray 9 and a dab of dish soap. I let it soak overnight, and I got this little brush from my drill here, and boy, you can see the results. Did it ever clean up good? Well, left off, so I got it all cleaned up, sanded the head off, and cleaning the top of the crankcase. If it is cast iron, braze welding is the only means that you can really weld cast iron. Now, I don't have an oxyacetylene torch here, so they came up with this MAP gas, next best thing to it. I think the MAP stands for methane, acetylene, propane, all mixed together, because it will braze weld. So the secret is heat the cast iron all around first. So we're going to make a circle around here, heat this up. Now I picked this particular spot here because this spot I feel is safest in doing this test. This is how I repaired my thermostat on the boat when I open this up a little more. I have seen now with these new wire feed welders where you can heat this up and use the wire feed welder there, so see how my gap stands out here, and they just end up doing that trick. Now, I am feeling the heat starting at the base here, so I think it's going to take forever to heat this up, but just warm enough, so I'm going to dig the old wire feed welder out, and we're going to give that a try. I just want to tack in there to make sure. So that's what we're going to do. I don't want to melt the seal here in the front. So it should be hot enough there, and I can take this over to the bench and we'll use the old wire feed. Okay, well that seems to have worked. Try to focus in here if I can. This is about the best shot I can get. That's what I was after, right there. Okay, got it. Now we'll just let that cool down. Well, I got the camera here. Let's see if I can find a spot here to continue on this. See, center of the lens aims right here. That should be the spot. Well, it's not quite cool in, but it's cooled down. So, set the stage. I'm going to repaint as I go here. I'm going to use up some of the paint that I've got, rather than buying a color. I'm going to change it to the same blue I used on my GM engine, because it's all I have and I don't want to get another can. So I put some cardboard here to catch some of the overspray. Let that side dry, and then I can turn it around to the next stage. Before it gets dry, I'll get a rag here. Make sure that we ain't got none on the edge of this seal here. I forgot to put grease on it before I did this. So catch it while it's still wet. Well, that was good calculating. You see, I got all the main parts repainted, and it was just enough paint to do it. Crankcase, cylinder block, and the head and the side plate. Now is to place that. I should also mention, the reason I put it on the my stove, you seen me paint it on the bench, but the paint wasn't drying, so I put it on top of my heater so that it could dry overnight. Well, going to be a change of plans here. Off camera, I took the front off of this to inspect what kind of a shaft we had at the motor here. Found out it's a press crank that's just pressed onto the motor shaft. So that motor is not going to work. So rather than shutting it down and having no compressor at all, I just slapped it back together. Which means I gotta put this compressor together on the bench. So that's what we will tackle today. Yes, it's been a few days since I've been at it. Should have had it all together by now, but the last 4 days I've been very, very sick. I've been bedridden. I'm still not the best. I decided I gotta get this put back together before, as you know, if the longer things are apart, more things get lost, or your remembrance fails from what came where. So the sooner the better. Anyhow, we begin with the crankshaft, which is right there. But before that, we're going to clean up the rings and put the rings on the pistons. Okay, putting the rings on, cleaned out the grooves here. So I always start with the oil ring first. Which is the very bottom ring. And your next ring, which is the next two rings, are your compression rings. Now you want to turn them so they're off center, like so, between your two compression rings. Okay, so that's one. And we'll do the same thing with number one piston. Put it in the solvent, let it soak for a bit, and we'll clean the grooves. Okay, so cleaning the ring up just a little more. Wet sand and cleaning the top and bottom of the ring. Get any rust off that was on. You'll see how it fits now. Ken? Blinking light, blinking light. Oh, folks, I got bad news here. I just cut my video off there where you heard my wife say, call me out, Ken, coming in the door. And just a few moments after that, I had this severe pain, and I laid down. 3 days later, I discovered I had a serious problem. Pain wasn't settling in my appendix, so I called the ambulance, and I ended up in the hospital with a major surgery done to me. This is the reason I haven't been able to post any videos for a while, and I never got to finish this video. So I thought I'd just post what I have here and put it as a continuation, because I don't know when I'll be able to get back to working on my feet anymore, and I've had to change my status of living, because right now, as you see in the background, this is my source of transportation, even to get me around, this walker here. And believe me, it's not fun. I got a few pictures here that I'll post here of the operation that I had to go through. So do hope for me, do pray for me, and hope that I can get back on my feet and being able to continue with my projects here, because I've still got a lot to complete. Well, folks, there you have it, in picture format, what I've been through, the operation that I had, and now in the recovery. Last after 48 hours after that last picture, so glad to just be home. So please bear with me. I will do my best to get back to the projects and back as fast as I can, but
As the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built overnight. We have to remember that. Until then, thank you for bearing with me, and till the next time, I'm going to say very weakly here, adios. Thank you for watching.